Hebrew Israelites and the rule and guide for faith and practice of the laws, statutes, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh. Yahweh ben Yahweh and those who believe on him in his name are immortal. Character, integrity, and morality determines destiny. Love of moral men is next to love of Yahweh and his son, Yahweh ben Yahweh, man's first duty. Prayer, communion of man with Yahweh is helpful. The nation of Yahweh teachings. Yahweh ben Yahweh teaches his disciples and followers to practice charity and benevolence, to protect chastity, to respect the ties of blood and friendship, to adopt the principles and revere the laws of Yahweh, assist the feeble, guide and open the eyes of the blind, heal the ears of the deaf, raise up the oppressed and downtrodden, shelter the widow and the orphan, guard the altar of Yahweh, support the government of Yahweh, inculcate morality, promote learning, love moral men, fear Yahweh, implore his mercy, work for happiness, and be industrious. Praise Yahweh. And now I invite you all to stand and face the east as we say a prayer to our Heavenly Father.
O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us and gather us together and deliver us from this heathen, so that we may give thanks unto thy holy name and glory in thy praises. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Israel forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil, and destroy them with the double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us never bring shame upon thy great name, no reproach against our works. For surely we have turned ourselves unto thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all of our faults, and cleanse us of our secret faults, and guide us into the best of morals. For surely our prayers and our sacrifices, our lives and our deaths, all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah.
King Baharas, Ellen Kunkanu, Tam Lanu Hayam, Uslak Lanu, All Katenu, Kimbo Sasulkin, Gamanaknu, Awate Lanu, Fatavenu, Ladeni Sayan, King Kasenu, Minara, Kelakar, Amamaha, Fagevara, Fataferet, Lolimi, Olimi, Sila.
We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. Let everything that has breath praise Yahweh.
And now for our welcome this evening.
I think, okay. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. Shalom Aleichem, chosen people of Yahweh. My name is Abigail Marasha Israel from Orlando, Florida. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to Yahweh's Feast of Tabernacles 6026 in the beautiful city of Riviera Beach. Night 1. If you came tonight to seek Yahweh, I'm happy to tell you that He is here. If you come here tonight to seek Yahweh ben Yahweh's face, I am happy to tell you He is right here in this place. He is here. His promise is here. His words are here. His favor for you is here. If you came to turn away from your wicked ways, I'm glad to tell you that He is here to receive us. For He tells us in 1 Chronicles chapter 17, verse 9, also, I will ordain a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, and shall dwell in their place, and they shall be moved no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness waste them anymore as at the beginning. Praise Yahweh. Yahweh gave us His feast to bless us and restore us, and His covenant is with us forever. I pray that you are here with an open heart and an open mind, because your portion of blessings from Him requires you to have access to Him. Tonight's class is a blessing. Why? Because Yahweh only gives His best to His best. You will learn from the best, not because any of us here are worthy, barely even qualified, but because He is worthy. That is why. Night 1. Words are nice, but it's the application of words that give us power. Don't you dare come here just to listen to somebody. You come here to study. Come here to learn something. Come here ready to fellowship. That is why we are here. Night 1, Yahweh. Who is ready to receive Him? Who is ready to receive Him? Are you here for Yahweh? Well, praise Yahweh and welcome, family.
Who is ready to receive Yahweh? I am. Praise Yahweh. That was the elegant Sister Abigail welcoming everyone to Feast of Tabernacles, Night 1. You're in for a treat tonight. If you weren't happy that you came tonight on Night 1, you should be. Now we're going to have a brother coming up to introduce the rest of the treats tonight. Everyone, please welcome Brother Aman bin Yahweh. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. I'm sure y'all familiar with the scripture say, make a joyful noise. Okay, y'all got to act like that now. I heard her say, Yahweh is here. And y'all looking at her like y'all don't understand what she's saying. Back there looking at iPads and stuff, y'all got to, listen, you are the few that Yahweh chose to be here tonight. You are the few. Many are called. All right, praise Yahweh. I have the utmost pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, to introduce our teaching priest. Let me tell you just a little about this brother. Now, they told me I had just 2 minutes to do that, so I'm going to be obedient. This is a brother who loved to study. This is a brother who's a student of Yahweh ben Yahweh. This is a brother that understands that he is in the stead right now in the place of Yahweh ben Yahweh. He understands real good that he's supposed to duplicate our father Yahweh ben Yahweh. He understands that he is to be a clone of Yahweh ben Yahweh. I have 2 minutes. I want to introduce my brother, our teaching priest for the evening, Brother Samuel ben Yahweh.
Well, shalom. Happy Feast of Tabernacles. And Brother Aman, thank you for that wonderful introduction. We're going to do a little mic check. Is it good? You need to be higher? Bring it up a little bit. Yeah, let's get it up a little bit. Get it a little closer to my height. Get everything decently and in order and working. We're going to do a quick mic check. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Feast of Tabernacles. You're getting ready to take an odyssey of understanding in the nation of Yahweh with the word and the wisdom of the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh. Now, for all my technical people, can you tell me how we sounding? Is the mic working? All right. So we got that little bit of technicality out of the way. Let's see how much time I got. What is our motto? Our motto is one God, one mind, one love, and one action. What is our motto? Our motto is one God, one mind, one love, and one action. How do we love our God Yahweh? How do we love our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters? So, praise Yahweh. We want for our brothers and our sisters. And what about Sue? And anything else? Praise Yahweh. What time is it? What time is it? And what makes up a nation? And what makes up families? And if either are weak, praise Yahweh. How many sons did Jacob have? And what is the name of the fourth son? And what did Yahweh choose Judah to do? For how long? And how long is forever? Yahweh chose who? Yahweh chose who? To do what? For how long? And how long is forever? Yahweh chose who? Yahweh chose who? See, if you don't know that, and if you don't believe that, Praise Yahweh. Psalms 100. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord Yahweh, all ye lands. Serve the Lord Yahweh with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord Yahweh, he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. For the Lord Yahweh is good. His mercy is everlasting, truth to all generations. Praise Yahweh. We're going to do one more foundation scripture. Matthew 22:37-40. Yahweh ben Yahweh said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God Yahweh with all thy mind, all thy heart, and with all thy soul. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor, Hebrew brothers and sisters, as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the laws and prophets. Praise Yahweh. Now, just to clarify, when we say that, when we say Hebrew brothers and sisters, because when we say love thy neighbor, that's a universal term, and we truly have to love all of our neighbors, all of our brothers and sisters who believe in good. But when we say our Hebrew brothers and sisters, we have to make it very plain that we have to love one another, because part of our motto is, I want for my brother and sister what I want for myself. So we have to love each other the way we love Yahweh ben Yahweh. And it starts at home. And once we love each other, then we can share that love to the entire world and bring them into the fold of goodness. Praise Yahweh. So I'm going to be a little personal before I get started. Can anyone tell? I want to ask you a question. Who is your God of gods? Being specific, who is your God of gods? Who is your King of kings? Who is your Lord and Savior? Who is your creator? Who gave you life this morning? Who gave you the knowledge of your holy name? Then say it like you mean it. Yahweh, 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 praise Yahweh. You may be seated. Again, shalom and welcome to Feast of Tabernacles 6026 in the beautiful city of Riviera Beach, Florida, where Yahweh ben Yahweh has chosen to place his holy and righteous name. Now, we have a program and we're going to do our best to follow it. I have a lot of information that I would like to share, so I'm going to try to be as concise as possible, but then still get the message. Now, I will be reading a few scriptures. Is it possible? Can I get someone at some point to read those scriptures for me, if possible, so I don't have to read them? And I don't want you to stand up throughout the whole program. I'll call you as needed, because you might be standing up for a while, because I can get very long-winded when it comes to the knowledge of Yahweh. And you didn't, I don't think you, she got smart. She took them shoes off because you didn't need some sneakers. But for those of all who may be unaware who Yahweh ben Yahweh is the founder of the nation of Yahweh. He is the Grand Master of the Celestial Lodge, architect of the universe, and he's the blessed and only potentate. The nation of Yahweh in time is destined to become the most powerful knowledge of peace in existence. Again, my name is Samuel Boaz Yisrael, and it is my honor and privilege to share with you this evening on the topic, the meaning of the Feast of Tabernacles, how and why it was celebrated in the past, and some of what it means to keep it today. So let us begin. Feast of Tabernacles is referred to by quite a few names, such as the Feast of Booths, the Feast of Harvest, the Feast of Ingathering, the Feast of Yahweh, just to name a few. The Feast of Tabernacles is for 7 days, and it ends on the 8th day. The 8th day is also a feast itself, which is called Holy Convocation, and it is celebrated at the conclusion of the Feast of Tabernacles, which is held in the end of our agricultural year. And it is the culmination of all the feasts since the beginning with Passover, which is held in the beginning of our year during the month of Abib. Now, the word tabernacle comes from the Hebrew word sukkah, and it is referenced in the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance under code number 5521, and it means a booth, pavilion, tent, tabernacle, and is to be used as a temporary dwelling or shelter, a covert or a hiding place. Now, Sister Kagi, I may need you now for a little while. We're going to turn, if you got your Bibles, please turn to Leviticus 23, 34 through 36. And I know I put you on the spot, so I'm going to give you a second. Leviticus 23, 34 through 36. Hope you all came prepared to get some understanding, some wisdom and knowledge we want to share with you from this book. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, all right. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 34 through 36. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord Yahweh. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord Yahweh. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord Yahweh. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
Now take note that the first day and the 8th day are to be holy convocations. Convocation is from convoke, and it means to cause to assemble, convene, a group of people coming together for a meeting or specific purpose. And holy means exalted or worthy of complete devotion. So the first night of the Feast of Tabernacles, we're to come together for the exclusive purpose of worshiping and devotion to Yahweh for his creation, his works, and his name. To bring this into context, it all comes from the Passover in Egypt, when Yahweh delivered the children of Israel from slavery and bondage under Pharaoh by the hand of Moses. We were commanded by a statute to keep these days forever throughout our generations. And it should be noted that our feast and even our calendar are based on an agricultural year versus a fiscal year. Can you please turn to Deuteronomy 16:13? Deuteronomy 16:13. You moving incredibly over there. Do I need to go old? Yeah, see, now I'm old school. I use my technology or I go old school.
Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 13. Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days, after that thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine.
Now, during biblical times, the corn, the wine, the wheat, the first fruits, and all the offerings referenced were from what we harvested from the fields. See, we have an example of something that we harvested from the fields right before you up front. Those are real. Those are not fake. That's real hard. Including the sheep, the goats, and the lambs, like the new meat offerings and the burnt offerings. These were all a part of the harvest because we lived off the land and from the land. And we would bring our offerings to the Lord Yahweh at the feast to show thanks for a bountiful harvest, as well as keeping the statute as required. Our agricultural year begins with the Passover feast and culminates with the Feast of Tabernacles, which is why we are here today. However, leading up to Feast of Tabernacles, there are two important feasts that are kept just prior to this one and need to be mentioned. The first is memorial blowing of trumpets, which is kept on the first day of the 7th month. And the second is the Day of Atonement, which is kept on the 10th day of the 7th month. In lay terms, that would have been like past Friday, September 15th, and then Sunday, September 24th. Both of them occurred at sundown. The memorial blowing of trumpets is an announcement or proclamation of the coming of the Son of Yahweh and the manifestation of the name. It was celebrated by the sounding of alarm, a war cry, a shouting of joy. Memorial blowing of trumpets normally, or in past, you would take a ram, you would get the horn from a ram. When you were agriculture, you had your farm, and they would form it into like a horn. It was actually called the shofar. And you would blow on the shofar, and it was a sounding of the trumpet of the harvest. You would also use that if you were going to war to do a battle to let you know that you had been successful. But moving the day when we blow that trumpet, that shofar, that sounding is that, as you heard when my sister came up here tonight, did you hear I heard the shofar, that the announcement of the Son is coming. Memorial blowing of trumpets lets you know that the coming of the Son is present now. Now, I don't have a physical trumpet, but if I had a shofar, I would be sounding it loudly on the hilltops so the whole world would know that the Son of Man is in and coming soon in your midst. And then the Day of Atonement. The Day of Atonement was kept by fasting and praying and asking Yahweh's forgiveness for all of the sins that may have been committed during the previous year. The Day of Atonement is a dry fast, meaning no food or water for 24 hours period from sundown to sundown. You announce that the Son is coming. And then Day of Atonement is the only prescribed fast day in the Bible. Now, fasting, you can do it often, but the only day that is mandatory and required is Day of Atonement, and it is a dry fast, meaning no food, no water for a 24-hour period from sundown to sundown. And during that time, you're to reflect. Now, see, perfectly with all of these beautiful Hebrew Israelites here, children of Yahweh, y'all have no sins to confess. You've been perfect all year. So Day of Atonement should be easy, just like, oh, Yahweh. But just in case just in case you might have slipped up and said something or did something to your brother or to your sister. See, Yahweh is so merciful. He gives you an opportunity to be washed clean without having to put the burning sacrifice and kill a lamb. He gives you a day to be clean. So that's a time where you want to cleanse your mind, your body, and your soul, and it prepares you for the coming of the tabernacle. That's Day of Atonement. See, this is the season of the Feast of Tabernacles. See, you got to be able to keep memorial blowing of trumpets and Day of Atonement so you can be prepared to enter into the tabernacle of Yahweh. When the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh was among us, he taught us that the Feast of Tabernacles represented a temporary dwelling place for us here in America. He used examples like dwelling in or around the temple, building during the feast. He later then occupied a warehouse as a tabernacle for a feast. Then later we assembled in hotels and motels for feast days, and continuing to purchase beachfront properties and even skyscraper hotels with Yahweh's name on it as an ensign to the world to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. It was meant as a sign of the power in keeping Yahweh's laws, as well as the power of unity and pooling our resources. In keeping Feast of Tabernacles today, we need to note of the power of ownership. Ownership begins with owning the principles and owning the law, as well as the property, which means to be keeping the principles and keeping the law so you can attain the property. To properly keep the feast, the tabernacle of Yahweh must be within all of us who keep it. It is our duty and responsibility to make manifest the attributes and principles prescribed in the word. We should not just attend, but to seek to be a part of the tabernacle. See, this is, Sister Abigail, I almost jumped out of my seat when you came to the mic and gave that welcome, because she was in the tabernacle. When you become at one with Yahweh and get on the same wavelength, he causes you to have the same mindset and same frequency. I was like, she's getting ready to do the class that Yahweh told me to get. He's already bringing it out. Can we turn to Ezekiel chapter 11:20 and Ezekiel 37:27? Ezekiel 11:20, then Ezekiel 37:27. We should not just attend, but seek to become a part of the tabernacle.
Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 20. That they may walk in my statutes and keep mine ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God, Yahweh.
And then 37:27.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 27. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their God Yahweh, and they shall be my people.
I just want to give you some scriptural context, because for those of us who study the word and we're learning priests, a lot of times we just be talking, but we be talking from the word. But we just want to make you know it's coming from the book. So then we just have to verify it's coming from the book and then bring it back to the audience. Again, ownership requires manifestation of the principles to invoke the tabernacle of Yahweh being amongst us. Let me give you an example. And I'll use one of my brothers. For any who really know him, he has an exemplary character of integrity. Now, his name is Brother Daniel Boaz. And under Yahweh ben Yahweh's teachings, he was an elder, then continued through his studies and practice of moral behavior, became a steward over his affairs. Now, I would like to point out and clarify that there were many who were elders in the word, but not all were able to step up into the stewardship required to handle the affairs of Yahweh ben Yahweh according to his standards of moral behavior and ethics. I was able to witness my brother Daniel personally embody those attributes while at the same time embrace the power within his own name. You see, stewardship is an ethical value that embodies the responsible planning and management of resources, both on a physical and spiritual level. A true steward of the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh was being his surrogate or substitute in his absence. You see, Yahweh ben Yahweh not only taught us to keep the Feast of Tabernacles, but was the tabernacle actually in our midst. You might question, how is that possible? I'm glad you asked that question. Well, what Yahweh ben Yahweh did was actually take the principles as found in the Holy Bible and make them manifest into his entire being. See, when you say you eat the word became flesh. Yahweh ben Yahweh actually took the word, he ate the word, and then the word became flesh and manifested amongst us, and we got to behold his glory. He set aside his own will and became obedient to the will of the Bible. Revelations 21:3. He became the tabernacle manifested in the flesh.
Revelations chapter 21, verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their God.
See, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that this day. This day while we sitting here, this day. See, this is why Feast of Tabernacles is so important. And it is the feast that we invite all nations to come and participate. It is the feast where all people who believe in good, regardless of your race, ethnicity, religious or spiritual background, can come together and agree to set aside our individual wills and become obedient to the will of the Bible, which is the will of Yahweh. I have to slow down here and keep it very plain. What do you mean when you say the will of the Bible? That means things like when we communicate and or deal with each other, we do it honestly. Lying just cannot exist here. We are straightforward and open with one another. No deceptions. The will of the Bible. We are well behaved and just in all of our dealings. Never have to look back and second guess what you did. Just believe in doing things right. See, I'm trying to paint a picture that is what manifesting the tabernacle of Yahweh is. True holiness and righteousness. No pretense, just those who want to do good. You see, when you do good, you do God. You know, you just drop the O and you got God. So if you're doing good, when you drop one of them O, you got God. So y'all been y'all, he used to talk that you got to go in order to go from 0 to 1. That's supposed to be 0 to 1. See, 0, that's infinite. When the one God stand up, you get 10. So all you got to do, if you're looking to be good, that's about being God. That's manifesting the tabernacle. Yahweh being Yahweh, as it said in Revelation 21:23, that tabernacle being with us, he manifested it. And then turned around and showed us that we could manifest the exact same thing. We're talking about ownership and manifesting the principles. Yahweh being Yahweh was the prime example of manifesting the character of Yahweh, or the tabernacle of Yahweh. Let's see. I don't have enough time to properly do all of this, but I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to scratch the surface, because I really just to scratch the surface to get you an idea. See, when I'm talking about Yahweh and Yahweh, and I'm gonna relate it to us. See, we can get excited and understand, especially those who were around him, how he manifested and became the tabernacle. Well, he did things like he took truth. But to take truth, he went on search of the truth. He studied and he climbed Mount Horeb, being obedient and seeking the truth. And when he got to the top of that mountain of his studies, he saw the same fire that Moses saw. But he didn't just gaze on it like Moses did. He embraced it. He saw it and he became one with it. Yet he was not consumed. See, normally you have to have a sacrifice on an altar, and it requires fire. See, so the Son, S-O-N, he became one with the Son, S-U-N. If you study, you'll find out the sun in the sky, the physical sun, represents the Most High Yahweh. It is a representation of the Most High Yahweh. So the Son with the O saw the Son with the U, and he was able to gaze on that fire, yet it did not consume him. But it became self-luminous. He was able to share the light without diminishing the light. And then he gave us that same light. See, as great as Moses was, he saw that burning bush and he had to go write it down on a tablet. And that was awesome, because he gave us the 10 commandments that he got from that same. See, Moses was learning and he was studied. Mount Horeb it's a desert, it's a desolate place up on the mountains. So he went on a journey of understanding. But when they got there, they realized what they were looking for was within them. And it was so hot, Moses had to step back and say, we say it was written with the finger of Yahweh. Well, Yahweh ben Yahweh saw that same flame, but he was not consumed by it. He embraced it. See, some of you may have met him, and if you met him, you knew that he had a consuming fire within it. It's called a zeal. We're talking about truth. See, when you search for the truth, he was searching for God. And when he got to the top of the mountain looking for God, he found himself. So he submitted to the will of Yahweh and became the son of Yahweh. That's why his name is Yahweh ben Yahweh. See, Moses went all the way up. His name was Achmo. As great as Moses was not able to become the son. He was a type. Yahweh ben Yahweh was the antitype. He was able to take the sun and bring it down. I can tell you he brought it down because I have some of the same fire within me. See, he was able to take, see, when you can look at the flame and not be consumed by the flame. This if you believe in the book. Say, like, we want to go back to the book. You've heard the story of Daniel in the lion's den, where Daniel was put into the den with the lions, but the lions were able to do Daniel no harm. So then the rulers took Daniel out and they took him out and made Daniel a ruler because somebody was in that den of lions with Daniel. When you, okay, now, I can get very spiritual, but it's like I'm just coming from the book. We've heard the story of the three Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Because they didn't want to submit and worship, they threw them into the fiery furnace. They were cast in. But when the gods, it was so hot, I think it consumed one of them. You can check the book. But when they looked inside, they came back and had to report to the king and said, hey, we threw 3 into the flame, but we see 4 in the flame. And one of them looks like the Son of Man. I'm talking about the Son of Yahweh. He existed then. He would manifest it. It's called a theophanical experience. They might have got singed, and they came out. See, when Yahweh ben Yahweh climbed the mountain, it was so hot. He might have got singed, but when he came out, he was full of the zeal of Yahweh. He became the tabernacle in the flesh. And he was able to take that same flame, that same light, and share it with you and me and set you on fire. See, I've learned to kindle my flame because, understand, I'm a son of Yahweh. I have to accept my position, but I know I'm a son with a small s. Yahweh ben Yahweh was son with a capital S. There is a difference, but we are connected to the same source. Yahweh ben Yahweh is self-luminous. He took everything from the S-U-N, because if you look at, see, I get so excited about this book, but I got to tell you, they had writings before this book, and they talked about one in the sky called, please don't misunderstand Rob, but it was talking about the sun. They didn't have the duty and the right to talk about Yud, Hey, Wav, Hey, Yahweh, so they had to write and talk about what was given to them. It was our duty. It's Yahweh ben Yahweh's choice to come and deliver that name, Yud, Hey, Wav, Hey. But see, they talked about the sun back then. And then now it's in the book talking about the same sun, and he's able to transmit that light to you if you're able to receive it. Feast of Tabernacles is about you receiving the light of the sun. It's about not, and you have to be careful because it is so powerful, it will consume you. That's why he gave us a divine 10-step study method. And within that study method, see, it's a basic principle. Yahweh ben Yahweh taught, study to show thyself approved. Can anybody give me this definition of study? What does study mean? Research all the facts about a thing. Seek to understand the nature of that thing. Then here's the important one. This the one that, see, I gotta say this. This is what got forgotten. Yahweh ben Yahweh didn't forget this part. He manifested. See, he was the tabernacle. What's the last part? Apply that information to better your lives individually and as a whole. See, so when you find out that you are a son and a daughter of Yahweh, you have to own it. Because if you don't own it, he can take that light away from you and he can give it to someone else. But he's so great. His light is undiminishable. It won't go out. It can't be consumed. But you have to study and apply it and make sure you're doing it to benefit yourself individually and our nation as a whole. And the whole world. See, the whole world is looking for good. The whole world has been waiting on the sun, and we got the sun with us. Now, I'm very sorry to tell you all this, and I have exhausted my time, and I'm not done. And it's like, okay, are we family? And I don't want to, and I'm not going to try to extend my time, but it's things I really want to share. But see, we also, we want to hear something from the most honorable Yahweh and Yahweh. But it's a lot of things that he shared with me. And I want to be I'm a very humble person when it comes to the word. Yahweh shares it with me. And it is a part of my name that I have to share it with you. My name is Shemuel, Shemuel Aleph Lamed, and it means name of God. It means the word of God. I have to be able to receive the word from Yahweh, and then as a seer, I have to be able to share it. If I don't give what he gives to me, I'm not living within my name. So there is no way that I can conclude all of this in 1 minute. So I'm gonna just have to put a comma, and I'm gonna go all the way to the end. And let's see here. Oh, goodness gracious, it's so much. See, we talked about the power of ownership. Okay, can I have 2 minutes? Can I do this I'm gonna try to do this in 2 minutes. Power ownership. You got to own the principles, you got to own the law, you got to own the property. As a nation of Yahweh, we have to be just like our father Yahweh ben Yahweh. He got over $50 million in how many years? So if we go study it, we got to do it. In order to do it, we got to pool our resources. Anybody know me? No, I'm not ashamed or shy when it comes to talking about money. Feast of Tabernacles, I didn't even get to Deuteronomy 16:16, but if you know it says 16:16, it says, thou shalt not come before the Lord Yahweh empty. When you come to the feast, it says like, we should be coming with $1,000 gift to the feast. I'm not telling you to give Brother Samuel no $1,000. I want to bring my $1,000 to the feast. And I want to put it with your 1,000 and your 1,000 and your 1,000 and your 1,000 and your 1,000. And we show forth the power and glory of our Father Yahweh. That's just part of the power of ownership. But see, now we're going to have a family meeting and we can talk about that. But when it comes to manifesting the tabernacle, coming to the feast is about you manifesting the spirit of Yahweh. As my sisters, it's like, you met a bomb blow off in me. It's like, see, yeah, she received Yahweh and Yahweh. See, this sister is learning, but what I can tell you is she applies the principles of Yahweh in her life. I know her personally. And because she does that, she's successful. When you do the will of Yahweh, you're blessed. If you don't do the will of Yahweh, you're cursed. It says, Yahweh and Yahweh gave us a new commandment. I know before he left, the last commandment he gave us, that new one, was pay Yahweh, pay yourself. You must pay Yahweh and you must pay yourself. And don't touch it. Because if you're God, you're supposed to pay 10% to God. I'm just probably in the tabernacle. You got to pay Yahweh his 10%. And then you're supposed to take 10% and pay yourself because you God. But right now in this country, and I'm gonna wrap up and I gotta make it real because this is supposed to be a learning experience. Not just if you're in Florida, but if you're in this country, if you got a home, your mortgage, your insurance has went up. If you're renting, you have seen your rent go up. If you're buying groceries, you've seen your groceries go up. But if you got raised, if you're raised in equal to cost of living, you didn't really get a raise. But we have to have solutions to this. Now, I'm not making this up, but has anybody seen the price of gas? Yeah, exactly. Now, if we, in order to change and make things profitable, you got to return to the word. Let your studies study your name. Keep that law. Pay Yahweh, pay yourself, and take on the power of ownership. And we got to talk about something in our family meeting. But I did, my brother, who did that beautiful harvest? We need to give Brother Mon. Brother Mon, who did that beautiful harvest? Sister Ed. See now, when you come before the feast, she came with a harvest. See now, we got to return back to the land because all the wealth comes from the land. We got to be able to feed ourselves. She actually brought a real harvest for the feast. But my heart is hurting. I'm going to have to stop because I have to sit down. But it is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you the one who climbed Mount Horeb, met with Yahweh face to face, yet his life was preserved. The one who had the humble spirit when all of the angels of heaven saw our condition in America after 400 years of slavery. And Yahweh said, who will go and save and be amongst them? All of the angels got quiet and said, no way. It was one man who stood up and said, here I am, Yahweh, send me. And that man's name was Yahweh ben Yahweh. And he came to save you, he came to save me, and he came to save the entire world as a manifestation of the tabernacle. So please put your hands together and welcome the most honorable Yahweh ben Yahweh.
I'm building my kingdom with you who voluntarily receive me. Behold, I stand at your door. And I knock. Some of you are sitting back in there, got your door all locked up, hollering out, I don't mind telling you, Yahweh ben Yahweh. And I'm calling out and saying, there's a terrible storm, it's a severe storm headed your way. And it's called the fall of Satan. And this is the time of Jacob's trouble. I'm not trying to take what another man did in the past from among us. There's been many great men rise up and do great works among us, but I have not come to take over nothing no other man did and try to put it back together again. Humpty Dumpty fell from the wall. All the king's men couldn't put it back together again. I have no need to try to do such. It's a busted egg. I'm the one with the power to create a new bird with a new egg. Praise Yahweh. Men have created many nations. Wonderful. Wonderful. I have no problem with that. So the world can't have a problem with me building the nation of Yahweh. And it just makes me more powerful than all the other men put together. That's all. Because they have built nations that have come and gone. I'm building the nation of Yahweh which shall last forever and shall rule the earth forever, shall rule the universe, shall rule the galaxy, shall be intergalactic rulers. That's what I'm building. I'm building a unique people, and of course that raises the question in some's mind, well, if your body disappeared, Yahweh ben Yahweh, what will happen to your work? I'm setting up heaven that is written shall never be destroyed. I'm setting the structure of heaven. I've already set it. That's why those who know understand that I am the grand master, architect of the universe. What I build can't be destroyed. Praise Yahweh. I'm teaching us to live by the law of Yahweh. Some of you understand. I said I'm teaching us to live by the law of Yahweh. And when you live by the law of Yahweh, your house shall never fall. Your house shall go on forever. You'll always be adding new citizens to my house, the increase of my government. And nobody can sit in my seat. You can sit in the seat I create for you. But you can't sit in my seat. I'm the one that possessed 360 degrees of knowledge. You have trouble trying to master one of mine. Lots of trouble. You make excuses and find other things to do instead of master just one of my degrees. And one of the biggest tricks in the world is to go to the public colleges and universities thinking that you get a degree. It may be a degree, but it's not one of mine. You get a very inferior product because they tell you up front, if you're conscious, the best you can ever get is a bachelor's degree. You can never get more than one degree from any university. That's all you can get. After you get the bachelor's degree, they tell you you can master it. They call it the mastery of that degree. It's not 2 degrees. It's just another step up, they say, of the mastery of that degree, the bachelor. And it's really BS. You know what BS is. So you become the master of BS. The BS degree. They have those degrees, right? Yeah, right. Some call it Bachelor of Science. And then you have a doctorate degree, they say. What does that mean? You become a philosopher of that which you are supposed to have mastered in the first place. And your PhD is just some more of that same stuff. PH, pile higher and leave up. And they just pay you more money to spread that stuff around. It's not very good fertilizer because you have never been able to use it to free yourself, become self-sufficient, independent, to gain power and wealth, and to raise our people to become productive citizens of America like all other immigrants who come to this country. With all of your degrees, you're unable to do it. You're unable to accomplish it because what you need is the right degree. You need the degree that comes from the Creator. That's the degree that I come with. Divine degree from government de jure. What a blessing it is to wake up and become conscious of the tricks we're in. So I've already set the case for you to understand that it wouldn't make any difference if my body disappeared tonight. I've already made you rich. I've already set the laws in motion. I've already set your house where you live in motion. It can't be wiped out. You can't fight what you can't see. All you can do is see my government increase like it's written here. It's increasing by the day. As we sit in this building, in every city in this country, I'm increasing right now. How many are a witness that I'm gaining? See, it's a whole house. Y'all look around. See how many are witnesses? I'm gaining. Oh, yeah, I'm gaining. I'm gaining. You come doubting, and you come like the Queen of Sheba. She come with hard questions. She said, my goodness, the half wasn't told to me. I had no idea Yahweh was like this. So you come with doubt and you leave with confidence that Yahweh really is God. I'm this child that is born. Think about that. Born. And the government is going to be up on my shoulders. And then I have a name that's unusual. Wonderful. My name is Wonderful. And I'll let people see that I'm wonderful, just like my name. I'm a wonderful person. I am. I'm the wonderful one. And when you experience me, you'll say, ooh, Yahweh is wonderful. And I'm the counselor. There's no problem that you can have that I can't give you divine counsel. So that all who come to me, you get peace and rest in your minds from whatever your problem is in life, because I'm able to counsel you in any area of life. Also, it tells you my name is the mighty God. Think about it. A child becomes the mighty God. And at the same time becomes the Prince of Peace. How many admit the world needs peace? Then the world needs the Prince of Peace. You want to have peace on earth? Then come and join hands with me. That's all. And follow the precepts that I espouse. Follow the precepts that I teach. You'll have peace as an individual. Then you will begin to have peace as a family. And as a result, you'll have peace in the community, peace in the city, peace in the county, peace in the state, peace in the country, peace in the world. That's what I am. I come with the total solution to all of the world's problems. Absolute solution. I don't come discussing crime. I come with the solution to criminality. I come with the solution to crime. I don't discuss drugs and all about how it's a problem. I've reduced it. It's gone. It doesn't exist here. People that have ever had anything to do with drugs is free from it in here. You can't follow me and be on drugs. That's right. It's impossible. You just can't be. You can't follow me and be an alcoholic. It's impossible. Totally. That's the solution, isn't it? When you make it impossible, that's the solution. We don't shoot each other. Ambulance will not be coming in here tonight like they do out there. Outside of this building, away from here, you know how we are. Saturday night, just got paid yesterday. We're going to cut somebody tonight. We are definitely going to blow somebody away. Is that my people? Not here. Obviously, I have a solution. You hear no profanity here. You can't curse and follow me. It's impossible. It's just impossible. You can't steal and follow me. So you can lay your pocketbook down in here. It'll be here. If you leave it, you come back, and everything you have in it will be in it. Thieves can't stay here. Just can't stay here. They don't like me. The thieves don't like me. Wow, I don't like that. He won't let me steal. No, I cause people to give it up and to become honest. Liars don't like it here. You can't stay. A liar just can't stay here. They hang. They try to hang. They try, but they end up leaving. Isn't it beautiful to find that there's a perfect society somewhere on earth? I'm developing this kind of society in every city. The only kind of men that can come to me are honorable men, men who desire to be honorable, and upright, and rectitudinal, straightforward, and honest, and good, peace lovers. Only kind of men that can come to me. Used to be different. I had a wide open door policy. Anybody could just come, and then I found out I got taught real well that it's best not to take scavengers, the abominable shrimp, crawdads, and all those kind of folk in here. Leave those wormy, snaky people alone. I set up a beautiful screening process. They can't come to me now. I shut my door so wicked and crazy and stupid people just can't come up in here to me. You can put on some stuff, look right, but if you're not mine, I will identify you as not mine. You can be mine and then do the opposite of what I teach. That's impossible too. Here I am as the Prince of Peace on the earth, full of war, rumors of war, destruction on every side. I come to you first, I come to America, I come to the world saying, if you want peace, join hands with me. It's not going to do you any good to join hands with your other government de factos. Join hands with me. And I'm bringing peace upon the earth. It's not a promise, something in the distant future. I've established peace where I am. And I have a circle, an ever-growing and widening circle of peace around me. So if you want peace, join hands with me. And I'll show you how to have an earth full of nothing but peace. And regardless of what goes on in verse 7, it tells you my government is going to increase, and the peace that I bring is going to increase without end. Without end. And let's go to Daniel 2:44 and get that substantiated. Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. Read.
And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
That's the kingdom that I'm building. The kingdom that I'm building is going to consume all other kingdoms and break all other kingdoms in pieces. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to break every government on earth in pieces and consume them all by myself. Just consume them. That's it. There won't be any more. The only thing that I'm going to allow to exist on my earth is what I build. It's mine. Man didn't create it, I created man. Put him up on my earth. And you think I'm going to let man run it like he wants to? It's not his to run like he wants to. I'm going to run it like I want to. Then I have nerve to come get on the earth that I made. and then come and take up residence and have nerve to be born among the most powerful people on earth. And then stand up without a weapon formed by the hands of man and tell the most powerful government on earth, you're going to have to move over, give up your watch. I'm here to set new time in motion. Got to give it up. Nothing you can do about it. And you don't need a gun for this one. No, 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 no. Earthquakes do real well. Tornadoes do a wonderful job. Hurricanes are furious. Volcanoes are devastating. Lightning strikes are awesome, I know. It tears up your computers and your phone bills. That's when you know, see, even insurance companies, they will insure against everything but Yahweh. They'll insure everything you can think of but against Yahweh. They say, well, we can't handle acts of God. I'm talking about the man that's the creator of all things. I'm his son. I'm speaking in his stead. I'm speaking what he says. So when you hear me say, I am going to consume them, that's Yahweh talking. Don't you know who's talking? I have 144,000 men coming to me who understand everything I'm saying. I'm not worried about those who don't understand. Those who don't understand, I'll let the 144,000 teach them. I know who to teach. Now, let me bring something else on home. With Feast of Tabernacles, it's all about the power that I have. And I will bless them that bless me. And I will curse those that curse me. And you who come and join hands with me and become my followers, supporters, my friends, believers, and disciples, I will bless every one of you. And all the nations of the earth that bless you will be blessed. And if anybody on the earth curse you, they will be cursed. Because it is only through you who return to your Father, Yahweh, the Creator, that will cause all the families of the earth to be blessed. It is in you, the children of Yahweh, that all the nations of the earth are to be blessed. That's why I'm come. I come to you, you need me first. You need me most. Because you're the most downtrodden people on earth. Everybody knows it. But nobody has a key to help you get out of your morass. The abyss of hell. No one has been able to raise you up and raise you out of it but me.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before. And until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. Let's give Yahweh Ben Yahweh a round of applause. The Grand Master, Architect of the universe. His teachings are just incredible. It's just so much. He said, what he's built can't be destroyed. He comes in the stead of his father Yahweh. So when you see him, you see Yahweh. Just as Solomon, who came and was said to be the wisest man to ever live, they said they would go destroy his temple. But he told them, you can't destroy the temple because the temple that I'm building is not a physical temple, but it's been built with man. Yahweh came and raised up that same temple, that same knowledge. And see, when he was talking about degrees, Yahweh is, he's teaching on multiple, he say 360 degrees. When you study, you got to be sharp because, yeah, you can go get a bachelor's degree, yet that's only one degree. But he say you got to get a divine degree. As the Grand Master, he say you just getting one of his degrees. So see, when he was talking about that degree, but if you don't understand, those who understand that he's the Grand Master, he's talking about a whole nother level. He's talking about raising up Israel. See, when you didn't hear him. Solomon, all the people fell. You got those who study the master's degree. They call those self masons and Shriners. And they say no one was able to lift up the children of Israel. Everyone will fall through but there was only one who was chosen that could raise them up. They had the lion's grip. That one is Yahweh. See, he was telling you about that's only one degree because it's PhD, because you can get a PhD, you can get a master's, and if you got a master's and a PhD, I applaud you. Please go out there and get some green paper and bring it back home to the nation of Yahweh. But that is not enough to raise up our people to where they are, because we got those degrees all over the country, and our people are sleeping in tents. They sleeping underneath bridges. They sleeping in cardboard boxes. Our people have not been raised up. You got police brutality. Our people are being killed and shot up young. We have our young black men killing other young black men because they have no hope. See, your degree not going to raise you up like that. It take a master to raise them. Yahweh is the only one in this lifetime that was able to come and make a difference because he's a grand master. He's teaching on multiple levels, all at the same time. That's when he say he's speaking in Yahweh's stead. All nations will be blessed through the children of Israel. We have to come up and acknowledge who we are. And when we acknowledge who we are, we can bless the entire world. The whole world is waiting on the manifestation of the Son. But if they don't do what they're supposed to do, there is a destruction. When he talked about earthquakes, fires, and storms, he's bringing a destruction. Because if you're home, look at your policy. It says we will not insure against acts of God. They say we cannot insure against Yahweh. Because when Yahweh comes, it's over. I'm here to tell you, Yahweh ben Yahweh is in the building tonight. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him manifest himself. He said a long time ago, he said, if this body was to go, that has nothing to do with it because he's still Yahweh. He said he created a world and then came and got in the world that he created. That's divine. I'm excited. But this is Feast of Tabernacles. This is where we come to have a good time. This is the message to the entire world is we welcome you to come and be a part of what's good. Like he said, this is a kingdom where there's no lying here. There's no stealing here. So if you leave your purse, it's going to be where you found it, and you're not going to have to worry about someone taking something out of it. That's the kind of world that we want to live in. But in the world that we have to have police officers. And we need them because there's some crazy folks out there. But wouldn't it be wonderful to live in a world where we didn't need police officers? We're establishing that world. It's like I go to bed at night, I give all glory to Yahweh, but I lock my door. I live in a safe neighborhood, but I lock my door. Wouldn't it be wonderful to live in a neighborhood where you don't have to be concerned about locking your door because the person on the other side wants for you what they want for themselves? Yahweh ben Yahweh is coming to make it to where I won't do anything to you because I wouldn't want you to do that to me. That's what true love is all about. It's about wanting for your brother and your sister what you want for yourself. Religion talks about it, but the Bible and the Word is about living it. We have to live the principles that Yahweh ben Yahweh gave us and become the tabernacle. Praise Yahweh. But now is a time when we all get an opportunity to participate. I believe in the giving of our tithes, donations, and offerings. So am I out of order? Am I in the right time? So we just need some festive, not ready yet? Okay, well, can we get some music for our offering? Now, y'all don't want me to sing, because now I can sing, but the singing that I do is in the Word. I can't sing like him. I can, but see the difference. See, we got so many talents. See, now it's some kings in here that got talent, but they can sing so melodiously. Woo! Not my gift. Y'all don't want me to do that, but I can sing about my Father. I can talk about his name. I can see, I can barely scratch the surface. See, I was supposed to be talking about glory. I was going to talk about love, but we just have to live these. See, the nation of Yahweh, Feast of Tabernacles, is about living the Bible in reality, being good and happy. And you can do this just by taking on that yoke. Take that old mind, that old man, and tell Satan, get behind me, Satan. Because, see, he's there. Satan is, look, Yahweh is alive, but Satan is alive. I see him every morning. When I get up and I go brush my teeth, I see Satan in that mirror. And I have to kick him out and let him know, you can't dwell in this house. This is the house of Yahweh. So it's at the point now, when I look, it's rare that I see him, but every once in a while, he try to peek through there, and I just have to kick him out. You just can't live here, because I believe in doing that which is good. You're just not going to make me become a liar and a thief and a murderer and a whoremonger. Just not possible, because the Spirit of Yahweh dwells within me. But Satan is alive. Just got to kick him out. Yahweh ben Yahweh was able to totally remove Satan and become the son of Yahweh. He said, if you study your name, you can do it too. You just have to do it. But praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh, like our good brother Samuel just said. Once again, family, this is a part of the program where each and every one of you here today in this room, virtual, online, or wherever you are on this planet can participate in. I know you're thinking, how can we participate if we're not here? Well, we don't always have to use cash money to pay and give. If you're like me, you don't even carry cash. So there's a way you can give, and that is online at thenationofyahweh.com. That's ThenationofYahweh.com. That way you get the whole thing correct. Also, if you registered on Eventbrite, you can donate your tithes or offerings or just a regular donation on there as well. If you're here and you do carry that good old cash, that green dollar bill, we're always going to accept that too. Just please write legibly on the envelope that was given to you by our beautiful ushers, and also include your email. If there isn't any room on the front, you can write it on the back, on the side, just get it on there. So we're going to have some festive music, and our ushers is going to facilitate you all in the giving of our tithes and offering. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh, and thank you for giving and building of our nation. Praise Yahweh. We are entering into the segment of our program tonight that this is truly about to be extraordinary. It's our entertainment segment, and usually, who's performing this evening? People pay top dollar to come and see him, like headlining. And tonight, we're all blessed to experience his performance for the free. Praise Yahweh. I want everyone to welcome and prepare your senses for a delight from the extraordinary Levon, the saxman extraordinaire.
Two. Okay, there we go. Shalom, family. How you doing? All right. Praise Yahweh. It's so good to see your faces. You know, I tell you this. Is Sister Ziva in the house? Sister Ziva, could I see you just for a minute? I just noticed it. Could you come over here to this section? Because I need a very important piece. I need to read. You know, I tell you, no matter how expensive your saxophone is, how expensive your mouthpiece is, it might as well go in the garbage if you don't have this one little piece of wood called a reed. Again, brothers and sisters, my name is Levon, the saxman extraordinaire. And it is my pleasure to give you sexual satisfaction today. I pray that you are ecstatic of coming to the Feast of Tabernacles. See, the Feast of Tabernacles is not my feast or Brother Samuel's feast or Brother Jeremiah's feast or Sister Ariella's feast or Sister Ziva's feast. That is not their feast. This is the feast of the Lord Yahweh. It is a requirement. Let me say that again. It is a requirement
for your attendance to be in the house. Just thank Yahweh today that you are practicing keeping the law of Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. I'm looking at law keepers. Some have traveled hundreds of miles to come keep the law of Yahweh. That was the most important thing in your minds today. You said, I must keep the law. Period. It got nothing to do with my neighbor. It got nothing to do with my brother. Got nothing to do with my sister. I'm going to keep the law because this is what Yahweh requires of me. So I'm going to share with you a song, two songs that I just love. And the reason why I love it because it speaks of a thing called excellence. Yahweh requires excellence in all that we do, whether you're a plumber, a roofer, a contractor, a Uber driver. You could be a waiter. Yahweh ben Yahweh requires excellence in all that you do. And one day, Yahweh ben Yahweh had a class. And it was just so logical when he said it. He said, how do you become superior? He asked the question, how do you become superior? He said, you find that thing that you want to do to be superior, you find the best person, and then you go one step above, and you automatically become superior. See, Usain Bolt can run 100-yard dash or 100 meters, however. If it took him 9.1 seconds, and it took someone else 9 seconds, just 1/10 of a second faster, he becomes superior. Just 1/10. Do you know how fast that is? That's quicker than you can blink. 1/10 of a second. And you automatically become superior. That's you can almost be like this, and you just became superior because you did that 1/10 of a second faster. So that's what you have to do. You have to look and see who's the best. And say, okay, I need to go one step beyond you. And I got it. So this song is based on the idea of being excellent, being the best in all that you do. When it came to music, Yahweh ben Yahweh made sure our children listened to jazz. But it wasn't just jazz, any kind of jazz. Yahweh ben Yahweh had it wherein he wanted our children to listen to the best jazz musicians that existed. So that was pumped through the school. I used to pump it in class while our children were listening to John Coltrane, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald, Max Roach, Charlie Parker, Sonny Rollins. This is what our children will listen to. Oscar Peterson. Oh, you want to play piano? Here's Oscar Peterson. Yeah, that's your standard. So Yahweh ben Yahweh set the standard. It's our duty to exceed that which is excellent. So this song is entitled again, That's Excellence. Monitor. I need to be able to hear it in the monitor. Superiority, preeminence, nobility, transcendence. That's excellent. To be the best is not a hard thing to do. It's in your nature. It's what's inside of you. Fortune is powerful each and every. You be excellent, non-corral, majesty, Yahweh. Whew. Praise Yahweh. I just got one question, brothers and sisters. What's our motto? Is one God, one mind, one love, and one action. What is our motto? One God, one mind, one love, and one action. One God, one mind, one love, and one action. And one for all. What we want for ourselves. If I have a bowl of soup, you have a bowl of soup. Our motto is one God, one mind, one love. We're all for one and one for all. This is satisfaction. If I have a bowl of soup, you may have. I love you like I love myself forever. This will last. This motto came from our the next. Make the part of your everyday life. This is what we confess. Oh. Don't let it go in one ear and come out of the next. Make it the part of your everyday life. This is what we confess. One God, one mind, one love, one action. We're all for one and one for all. This is satisfaction. If I have a bowl of soup, you may have. I love you like I love myself forever. This will last. This motto came from our Redeemer. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his holy name. Yahweh ben Yahweh, our Savior. He came to resurrect us for his name. And I say, oh, my holy family, listen to these words. This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding we shall all observe. Take heed to the sacred message, cause it is right. Stand up for our motto with all your strength and your might. Our motto is one God, one mind, one love, one action. We're all for one and one for all. This is satisfaction. If I have a bowl of soup, you may have. I love you like I love myself forever. This will last. Our motto is one God, one love, and one action. And one for all. What we want for ourselves. If I have a bowl of soup, you may have half of my bowl of soup. Praise Yahweh. Giving our praise to the King of Kings, our Lord of Lords, our God of gods. Praise Yahweh, ben Yahweh. Praise him with all your heart. Oh, we are one and have one language, and this we begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from us, which we imagine to do, because we have one God, one mind, one love, one action. We're all for one and one for all. This is satisfaction. We praise your holy name, Yahweh, for giving us this truth. Lift your voice and praise. Who's God of gods? Who's Lord of lords? Who's the King of kings? Who made everything? Who's our governor? Who's our mayor? Who's our savior? Who's our deliverer? What's our motto? Our motto is one God, one mind, one love, one action. We're all for one and one for all. It's satisfaction. If I have a bowl of soup, you may have half. I love you like I love myself forever. This will last. What's our motto? What?
What is our motto?
Our motto is one God, one mind, one love, and one action. Praise Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Woo. I tell you, I had fun making that song. I had fun making that song. Well, I pray you enjoyed everything tonight. We had a very good meal, and I thank Yahweh Ben Yahweh for it. Yahweh Ben Yahweh is definitely in the house. See, his body doesn't have to be here. It was never about his body. He used to always tell you, children, close your eyes. You need to be able to see me. Close your eyes. Listen to the words. These are not my words. These are not Samuel's words. These are the words of the Lord Yahweh. I thank Yahweh for each and every one of you who traveled from afar. I thank Yahweh Ben Yahweh for all of you beautiful brothers and sisters that are online looking at this video. And may the Lord Yahweh bless you and keep you. Shalom Aleichem, family.
Everybody. Whoa. This wonderful table over here is the best knowledge in the world. You don't want to miss this table. Brother Jeremiah, we have some gifts this feast? But it has wonderful knowledge over here. The nation of Yahweh has produced the best toothpaste on the planet Earth. There are some samples over there. Brother Samuel talk about owning your own. That's true. This is just a start. Thank you. On the camera right here. Okay. Wait a minute. Ask the brother back there. Can he see that? Can you see that, brother? Can the world see that? This is the best toothpaste in the world. All natural. There's not anything in here that can hurt you. This is designed for your teeth and your gums. Most people don't know that you have gum diseases. This will help you to rid gum diseases. So this is literally the best toothpaste in the world. Now, what are you telling me? Stand back, okay. This is our technician. I'm just following his instructions because this is going around the world. So everybody, you want to order your toothpaste. Now, Brother Jeremiah, Sister Kaki, See this book here? This book is entitled How to Overcome the World. Listen to the title now. Listen to the title, How to Overcome the World. Our class for the remainder of the feast will be How to Overcome the World. It will be coming out of this book. This is one of the few books, one of the last books that our Father printed because he wanted us to know how to overcome the world. This book is a must for your library. This is volume 1 by Yahweh ben Yahweh. Woo, good gracious. Yahweh judges America. If you want to know what's happening with the storms, the hurricane, the mudslides, the earthquakes, etc., 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 Yahweh ben Yahweh has produced this book. You want to read this book to even keep up with current affairs. Yahweh judges America. Don't wonder who's doing it. It's Yahweh. What else we got? Uh-oh. You got this book. You need to purchase this book for everybody that you love. I have a personal relationship with this book. This book changed my life. I ended my college career when I read this book. This book is what brought me into the nation of Yahweh. This book right here. You need to read this book. Something that Yahweh ben Yahweh told us, you don't want to never stop reading this book. Now, the interesting thing about this book, when it was printed with me in mind, because it have big letters in it. They thought about me. So those of us who wear eyeglasses, guess what? You can read this without your eyeglasses. And if you have glasses, you can even read it book. You are not a nigger. This is still the world's best kept secret. Got some more? Oh, bring that. Oh my goodness, listen. There are concordances. There are concordances. We have the strongest Strongs. I have both concordances. There's information in this book that's not in I think the book was maroon, but the early stages, it's information in this book right here. So I use both of them. Don't think because you got one, but this is the strongest Strong's concordance. Sister Abigail, Sister Kaigi, we'll turn this program back over to you.
Praise Yahweh. Oh man, night 1. We're at the conclusion. Oh my goodness. I'm starting to feel like maybe we should make this an all-day affair, sundown to sundown type things. Take a minute to sleep and eat. We're going to get into that. Y'all know Judah. We love to eat. Praise Yahweh. All right, a couple announcements. Those of you that are here, you can see, touch, and take home these wonderful tools for a spiritual meal. Now, those of you who are not on site, you can still get these books and have them in your library. How, Sister Kagi? We're not there. I'm going to tell you how. thenationofyahweh.com. thenationofyhwh.com. In an NOY store, Nation of Yahweh store. Yes, .com. nationofyahwehstore.com is where you can purchase all those tools. NOY store. Praise Yahweh for you, brother. NOY store. We ship all across the United States, so you can have these books as well. And you need these books. How to overcome the world, how to triumph, how to transcend the world. Very important, or the world will overcome you, because it's hard out here. It is. The devil is working day and night. Woo! But so is Yahweh. Praise Yahweh, being Yahweh. All right. We do have some events taking place tomorrow. We have the oratorical starting at 10 a.m. You can go to the Feast of Yahweh and the Eventbrite to purchase tickets to that. That is going to be an awesome intellectual display of students showing proficiency in inculcating material related to morality. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. I used to be one of those students a long time ago. Praise Yahweh. I'm still a student forever. Praise Yahweh. Followed by a family meeting that will take place in the afternoon. And you can see us for more details. We are a family. And with family, you talk together, you meet, and you stay on one accord in Yahweh. So the family meeting is happening tomorrow in the afternoon. Praise Yahweh. Okay. Lastly, here in my hand, I hold before me a menu. Yes, for food. Praise Yahweh. The menu for this feast is going to be provided by Yahweh's Vegan 27. Yes, Yahweh, the nation of Yahweh is growing. Yahweh's Vegan 27 is a vegan restaurant. This is a part of our nation. We have toothpaste. The nation of Yahweh, we got toothpaste, y'all. Brush your teeth healthy. It's not full of sugar, just giving you more cavities when you're supposed to be getting rid of them. It's healthy, it's real, and it's discounted at the feast. Just put my bottle away. Just take it off the table, please. Praise Yahweh. I'm almost out anyway. And now we have a restaurant, and that's located here in Riviera Beach. You will know about the grand opening a month before it is scheduled. So those of you that are not here, you can purchase your plane tickets ahead of time to get down here for that grand opening. Praise Yahweh. So on tonight's menu, we have the award-winning, yes, it won first place People's Choice amongst 11 total chilies, being the only vegan chili winning first place by test of the People's Choice. Praise Yahweh. Let me swallow because now my mouth is getting watery just thinking about it. And that is going to be paired with rice and a succulent salad. And of course, we got dessert. Because you got to have dessert. Praise Yahweh. All right, so we are going to close this evening with prayer so that you all can decently and in order not run out of here and run everybody down to get your food. and we can eat. Praise Yahweh.
Shalom, family. Please stand and face the east as we close out in prayer. Tefillah. King Kasim, Minara, Kelakar, Amamla, Beagibara, Beataferi, Lomami, Olumi, Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who hast so mercifully restored our souls within us. For everything that has breath, praise Yahweh.